For 1,000 years, the dhows of Arabia have come sailing to the shores of Africa, west of Zanzibar. With the winds of the monsoon behind them, they bring dates and carpets, salt and sandalwood, returning with the treasures of Africa to the bazaars of the East. Time has passed over them. They make their 3,000-mile voyage as their forefathers did before them, often without compass or sextant. On arrival, they thank the wind for its blessing. Then they put the sails to sleep with a traditional chant of praise. Not so very long ago, these vessels traded in slaves, the black gold of Africa. Primitive tribesmen torn from their homes to serve in the palaces and harems of Arabia. A few of these dhows cling to their ancient ways, but the trade is no longer in slaves. Now it is ivory, the white gold of Africa, that draws them to the secret creeks of the mainland. And to the African of today, who is finding it hard enough to leap the centuries, their influence is often disastrous. This is the story of how these problems affected a simple little tribe, the Galanas. Here, far in the hinterland, they have lived for centuries. A fine, happy people, despite their struggle to exist. But now their land is dead. The topsoil has blown away, and with it has gone their crops, their food, their very lives. In the old days, they would have taken up their sleeping mats and gathered their flocks and just wandered to pastures new. But now the white man must tell them where to go. So a great baraza has been called. They have been given a choice of new lands. But, as usual, the young and the old cannot agree. Ushingo, the chief, finds himself opposed even by his sons, Bethlehem and Ambrose.
Ian Jumali. Let this speak for us. If we stay here, we starve. The time has come to decide where we shall go.
Fine, Ushingo. You could talk the hind legs off a buffalo and still be no nearer to making up your minds.
But, Bwana, perhaps that is what you have taught us. There was a time when the word of the chief was enough. Bwana Peyton, you have looked after us for many years. What do you say? Where shall we go?
You know what I say, Ushingo. Take your tribe into the hills.
We're listening.
I want to help you to do what's best, you know that. There's fine land up there, ready and waiting. Good, rich soil and water, clean and healthy, and we'll help you.
They are singing that it would be wonderful to go down to the coast, to Mombasa. They want to taste what you call civilization.
They're not even ready for the beginnings of that kind of civilization yet.
The time has come to make your decision.
Wakati umefika kumaliza mambo.
You will vote in the traditional way of your fathers.
Mtafanya kura kufuata uwezo wenu.
Leti Kibuyu. Each man will put one bean into the calabash. A red one for moving to the hills, or a black one for moving to the coast.
Now the other one. Open.
Baraza imekwisha anza.
Oh, Santa. The baraza started, Mkwangwi. Will you take over? I want to see how they vote.
Ndio, Ma'am Saab.
That the lot? Right. Now let's count the poll. Not much use counting them, eh, Mrs. Peyton? Democracy at work. Well, Ushingo, Mombasa it is.
They have spoken. To Mombasa we go. Tutaenda pwani.
Bob, don't take it too badly. After all, no one could have done more for you.
We went with them to their new location on the coast, near Mombasa. Compared to what they'd left behind, this was a paradise. The Galanas were excited and interested, and the whole tribe labored happily to get their new community going.
Lala. Dada. Kama hii. Wewe. Ndio. Sasa nataka kila mtu andike dada ndani ya kitabu. Kila mtu aandike.
When I said goodbye to Ushingo, Bethlehem, and Ambrose, I went back to my job as a game ranger, feeling really confident the scheme must turn out a success. But it meant a lot of really hard work for the Galanas.
Nzuri kuliko zote, huwezi kuzipata tena. Sema. Nzuri kuliko gani? Hii. Sema yangu gani? Wewe unapata kabisa. Hizi hapa ndizi nzuri. Wasikiaje? Wasikiaje? Wasikiaje kabisa hizi ndizi. Bana yeye mdango ndoa bana. Ndoa hii. Basi kuleta tuna ndizi nyingi hapa. Shilingi mbili gani hizi? Shilingi mbili bwana. Tumefanya kazi ya bure. Machungwa. 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 Machungwa.
Nini?
Naona watu hii wapi na kwenda
Gani?
hii watu
Basi.
Oh, karibu dukani, nunua nguo, suruali, shati, kofia. Nzuri kwako?
Kabisa. Oh, nzuri sana. Kupendeza.
Wallahi.
Unapata
kofia sasa hivi.
Oh, nzuri kabisa. Ah, kweli nzuri sana.
Twende naona.
Haya, mimi nakwenda.
Profesa. Kofia nzuri kabisa hii mzee atafurahi.
Shilingi mbili auze kama.
Shilingi mbili.
Shilingi 10.
10?
Shilingi 10.
10 jamani. 10 kofia kabla hii shilingi 10.
Ndio shilingi 10.
Sasa ndizi hatukuja.
Wewe bwana. Kofia tena imekuja bei ghali zaidi. Sikieni na 10. Sikieni. Hii ni saa yote nyinyi na maneno nyingi. Nitatengeneza pesa.
I had forgotten my misgivings about the influence of Mombasa. How wrong I was. You think we can get down that way?
I think so, bwana.
Better chance it anyhow.
Galana.
Galana. Are you sure?
Ndio bwana. Over there, bwana.
Who's your doggy?
Get them to the truck, Mukongwe.
Yo, one. Agbera.
Ngoli, don't be shaken.
Hello, Bethlehem. Ambrose, what are you doing here?
Lady Sanduki, your first aid. Missouri?
What is it, Bob?
A spear.
Put him on the couch. Santa Sala.
Kakatini.
Bob, what happened?
Ivory poaching.
Not the Golanas.
Yes, you should have seen it. Ivory all over the place.
Now, hold tight, Peter. What are you going to do with them?
What can I do except take them to the D.C.?
But you can't take Ambrose and Bethlehem to the D.C.
But, Mary, I've got a job to do. I can't just let them off because they're old pals of ours.
No, I suppose not, but it does seem...
I can't understand it. The Golanas have never been poachers before. Ambrose and Bethlehem, too. I have to drop in on Ushinga on the way over.
There, that's better. You were lucky. I'll come into Mombasa with you.
Yes, all right.
I've got some shopping to do, and... Anyway, I'm worried about old Ushinga.
Kilo Shehi. Let me say. Emaja, kila vejas. Saye mi ba, wọ́n lọ sọ́dọ̀ ndajọ ẹkúsọ. Kilo Shehi. Let me say. Hello.
Jambo, Bwana Peter.
Jamba Ushinga.
This is a heavy shame, Bwana. It is good that you have brought them back.
But not to you. I'm sorry, but I must take them to the D.C.
But, Bwana, they will go to prison.
Yes, I'm afraid they will. Ushinga, why have the Golanas started ivory poaching? That's what I've come to ask. What's gone wrong? Where are all the young men? Why is everything going to rack and ruin like this?
I cannot lie to you. You are our friend. I know they are hunting the elephant for ivory. There is a trouble among my people, like the sickness which spreads, even to my own sons.
But you're the chief. You can stop them.
They will not listen to me. They listen only to strangers now when the tribe is breaking up.
What strangers?
They come from the coast, Bwana, to tempt my people with money for ivory and rhino horn.
Now, look here. You know I have to protect the animals they're slaughtering.
My people need protection, too. It is always the African who is blamed. If an African steals, we are all thieves. If an African kills, we are all murderers. When we yield to temptation, we are still savages. But the tempter goes free.
But neither of us wanted this move. What can I do now?
Destroy the tempter, Bwana, before he destroys my people.
Tafadhali bwana, mwambie
Ndio.
mtu mweupe ache huru watu wetu.
Wasefu na hofu mtoto wangu. They take the tempter's money and go into the cities. My people are simple in the ways of the towns. They have no place there. Their money is soon gone, and they're thrown into the gutters. They starve in the slums, or become thieves and bad men. Their wives and children are deserted. They need your help. They need your help more than the animals.
I'm sorry, Ushinga. But this is my duty, my job.
It is the truth I speak, Bwana.
Fine!
I know it's the truth, Yushinga. But I've got no other choice. Come on, get in.
Look, Daddy, Galanas.
Oh, look. They're fighting.
I think one was on Yango.
All right, McConaughey. Take them back to Yushinga. Well, you got your way.
I'm awfully glad, Bob. But it's your way, too, you know that.
I'm afraid I'm no good at this stiff-necked duty stuff, anyway. This romantic gesture doesn't solve anything. I think I'll go and see my boss. Come on, darling, I'll take you to the hotel.
But, Bob, be reasonable. This is the dilemma of Africa. You're not the only one who's worried about the tribes. Let's face that.
Well, we shifted them. Let's face that, too.
Well, and don't forget they'd have died if they'd stayed where they were. Are we to blame because they became money conscious? Has to come. Now, that tusk's worth 50 quid. If I could earn my year's pay by shooting a poisoned arrow into an elephant, I'd go into the business myself.
No, Alan. I should have stuck to my guns. Insisted we move them inland, away from the coast. Now look at them, falling apart. Rotting into spivs and crooks.
I dare say, Bob. The police up country everywhere have got their plates full. That leaves the Galanas sitting birds to every smooth gent from Mombasa with a pocket full of dough.
There's no use blaming the Galanas for this. If we wanted to stop, why don't we pick on the big shots behind the smuggling racket?
They're slippery as wet fish, Bob. Do you realize the revenue we're losing?
The Galanas, not the revenue I'm interested in.
Well, one's mixed up with the other. If we could get at the smart gents who were organizing the smuggling, just get one conviction and a stiff sentence, we'd soon scare the daylights out of them. Take it from me. So speaking unofficially, why don't you have a crack at it yourself? I can get you leave.
You can't be serious.
Don't you believe it? This is a serious job.
It's not my line of country. It's a job for the police. Besides, I wouldn't know the smugglers from Adam.
Well, that's a good thing, Bob. They don't know you. Bring them into the open, and you might have a chance of getting the Galanas to stand on their own feet.
Where do you start? Look at the size.
Where's the biggest market for ivory in all Africa? Legal and smuggled.
Zanzibar.
There's your first bit of detection. Zanzibar. That's where I'd start.
I spent the next 2 weeks exploring the island of Zanzibar. But it was like a jigsaw. Any one of those creeks could hide a fleet of smugglers. I played the tourist in fishing villages and Arab hamlets and got nowhere. At last, as a desperate longshot, I decided to visit every ivory shop in Zanzibar town itself in the hope of picking up a clue. I can't understand how there are any elephants left. Every second shop in Zanzibar seems to be an ivory dealer.
And also terribly polite. Where's Tim?
This is Zanzibar Hotel, very near market.
You want to see market?
Very good market.
Very good town.
This is Indian Bazaar. plenty ivory and silk, and very near Zanzibar.
Indian Bazaar. Yes, Zanzibar, Charles. You want to see silver? Big Bazaar.
Come on, Jim, hurry up. Just a minute, Mary.
Do you want this piece of nice solid ivory? It's very nice.
Nice hippo tooth, you mean?
No, it is ivory. Very solid. What about this?
No, thank you. Imitation, Jack.
Alan, shauri gani we? Ana macho. Ndio kofi moja sasa hivi.
Seen that character before.
Kwenda lako.
Got him. McConaughey. Remember with the Galanas, the one that got away? Don't lose him. Mary, come on.
In there, Bwana.
Get right to the back and watch out for the half-caste. You've taken another ivory shop.
Purveyors to royalty, eh? Moving in exalted circles now.
You get a sign like that for a quid. They look prosperous enough.
I might even offer me a seat.
Mummy, can I stay here? I'm fed up with ivory shops.
I can't say I blame you. Now, don't wander off.
Good day to you, madam. My small establishment is at your service. Some charming little carving as a memento. Or something more elaborate. Do sit down, madam.
Oh, thank you.
Jambo. Hello, white boy. Hello. What are you eating? Some chocky. You want some? I'm not supposed to. No. Outside, no good. Inside, too good. Not bad. Damn good.
This is a most skilled craft, madam. It is centuries old, handed down from father to the son. See this exquisite work, madam. Sir, my son would be glad to look after you, madam. I think your good husband requires some attention, too.
Lovely specimen. From Kenya?
Oh, no, sir. See, it is on the stamp, Tabora Tanganyika. If you now...
Funny, I had a friend of mine who shot a pair just like that on the Tana.
Sir, your name, sir, would...
That's just what I wanted to talk to you about. You see, we've got an anniversary coming off, and I wanted to buy her something really nice. Perhaps we could slip inside and discuss it.
Sorry, sir, that's my private office. I already have a guest there.
I see.
How much do you want for it? How much you got? Gosh. This big Arab captain. You mean Dow captain? Yeah.
Now, sir, here I have got something very exceptional. Something for special customers like you.
What a magnificent dagger that man is wearing.
Yes, the dagger. I wonder if he'd sell it.
I have a much better one here in the shop, sir. Oh, sir.
Yes, sir. Mkongwe, did he come your way?
No, Bwana.
Daddy, did you see that Captain Super knife? Juma says with one swipe he'd cut your throat.
Who's Juma?
Jambo.
Jumbo to you. Not an Arab with a pointed beard. Where is he?
Me know him. Big Arab captain, Dow captain. Mister, you want to go see Dow Harbor? Plenty girl, plenty captain. Big captain.
You know where to find pointed beard?
Sure.
Oh, no. Cash on delivery, son. Come on.
walk up here. I'm going to go through. You know what I'm saying? That's what we done, Lord. You're a loaded boy. I'm going to go through.
It's the same captain, Daddy.
Not so loud, you ass. Bob, don't lose them.
Lose them? This old tub weighs a ton. That's our customer, is it? She's a beauty. What happens now?
Now you go tonight, miss.
How do you know?
You see longboat, you take up.
You're a bright spark, aren't you? I'd give my right ear to know where she's going.
To go to Kenya, to Tanganyika, to bring to Ivory.
Ivory, eh? You think so?
Yeah, me think so.
There's the answer to a prayer. With one of those, we could follow the Dow anywhere. What do you think, McQuangwe?
An Ingalawa, Bwana.
I got you one. You want Ingalawa? Very cheap Ingalawa. Good one.
You little monster.
That's it. قوم ريال اخرب حبالك
حمد هذه انقلاب ولا هي من الزبال لا تتبعنا من الزبال هذه انقلاب خليه يتبعنا
She's gaining on us all the time. She'd have lost us in a couple of hours.
Ndio bwana. Bwana beti niko bwana tu.
There's a gap in the reef. Tell the boy to head for it.
Bwana beti niko bwana tu.
Hatari bwana, hatari sisi.
Kilonje?
Hatari bwana.
He's frightened, Bwana. He says he's too small.
We can save 2 miles if we cut inside. Tell him we've got a chance it.
Kilonje auditini.
I know how Robinson Crusoe felt. How you doing, Friday?
It's Monday, Bwana.
I only called you Friday because... Oh, never mind, skip it. How are you feeling?
I'm getting sunburned, Bwana.
Don't worry, it's fashionable nowadays. By the way, how did you manage to square those Arabs about the canoe?
I tell them, you very big man, Bwana, and we'll pay them double.
You what? And how much was that?
Only 1,000 shillings.
1,000 shillings? Do you realize if I don't find that dough, I'm liable to be fired? Come on. That must be the creek the dye was making for. I don't fancy walking up it on the off chance.
Maybe she come down again.
What do we do? Stand on the shore and wave?
Alako! Alako!
What the?
Duro! Bako, wambi. Bako, habi. Duro. Alako!
Offer him 10 bob to take us to the creek.
Hapana.
Make it a quid.
Ogun shile.
Hapana.
Make it a fiver.
Ogonu shile.
Hapana.
He's going, Bwana.
Tell him I'll buy his boat. But this time I'll do the bargaining.
Alako. Don't you how Mati lo ambara ko e. Alako.
Are you sure the dye is coming back again down the creek today?
Ndiyo, bwana. No water in creek for big dow when tide goes out.
The tide is going out.
Ndiyo, bwana.
Good, Missouri. They seem to be catching a lot. You got a fishing line on board?
They not fish for fish, bwana. They fish for turtle.
But they've got a fish on the line.
That is sucker fish, bwana.
A what?
A sucker fish. Fisherman tie line to tail. Through fish in water, sucker fish like a turtle. So he chase it. When he catch it, he turn over and stick to back of turtle. So, you see one, bwana.
I ain't gonna do no bathing around here, Bwana. I don't want none of them sucker fish come sucking onto me.
It's the dial. It's her, all right. McCullough, you pull up the anchor. Start up the engine. Give her everything she's got.
Unafikiri tuenda wapi? Si tuenda kufa?
Shut up! I'll throw you to the sucker fish. Nahoda! Nahoda!
Heave to!
Heave to! Nahoda! Do you hear me?
McConkey, release the jib!
the skipper cracked it in 3. It's a record.
All right, but for heaven's sake, don't make so much noise.
Darling, just because you run your head into a dhow, there's no need to bark at poor Tim. Come on now, get them fed. That's for Captain Kidd, that's for Blackbeard, and that's for Long John Silver, and I hope it chokes him.
You've forgotten Captain Kidd's sugar lump.
Well, you can jolly well get it yourself.
So you think I behave like an idiot?
Frankly, yes. It's madness to go charging into this thing on your own. You nearly got yourself killed twice already.
Oh, I know the dhow business is my own fault. I led with my chin and...
And next time you may not be so lucky. What good will that do? The Galanas or Tim or me? Oh, Bob, this business started off as fun. Oh, I know I was as keen as you were to help the Galanas. Keener, perhaps. Playing detective and seeing new places. But now I've suddenly realized it's serious. You're up against desperate men, gangsters.
All the more reason for me to
Not
try
on
to...
your own, darling. I'm sorry, Bob, but I must insist that you go to Colonel Watson, that you tell him that this is a job for the police.
Now, Mary, wait a
Bob,
minute.
will you or won't you go and see Colonel Watson?
No, I won't. I've taken on a job and...
And you're no good at it.
Well, how do you know I'm no good at it? Anyway, I've only just started. Besides, there's nobody else.
Yes, there is. There's the police.
The police haven't got a spare man in Kenya, and they're all known to...
So are you. Now, I'm going to see Colonel Watson myself.
Mary, do you really mean that?
Of course I do. Oh, darling, don't you understand? I'm frightened. Oh, I wish we were all home again.
I suppose you're right. I'm a rotten detective. All right. I'll go and see Colonel Watson as soon as the quack lets me travel.
I'm sure it's the only thing to do.
There's just one thing.
What's that?
I've left McConaughey on his own in Mombasa, snooping about the dives.
You don't think he'll find out anything, do you?
Dia kwa pamoja sasa hivi.
Kilonje.
Gari gani wewe?
La wapi kwa kusi? Au!
Dia kwa pamoja sasa hivi. Kwenda zako.
Huyo, yani ni kumshika.
Unanipeleka wapi?
Tunakupeleka nyumbani. Mimi tembelea upande wa majengo. Tembelea upande wa majengo asikia kelele sana.
Yo mamuti yurarao. Mulele rimbi.
Wewe Makongwe umepatikana na hatia, fine shilingi 100 au la juma 2 jela baridi.
Please, I'm a most innocent man.
What's the sentence?
One of these men must pay 100 shillings or go to prison for 2 weeks.
100 shillings? That's far too much. Get your girlfriend to pay it.
Warner, please, please.
All right, McConaughey, this is the last time. Tell the court I'll pay the fine.
Please, if I hadn't...
You're going back to Ambasita. You can cool off by a waterhole for a few months.
But, Warner, it was lucky I hit that policeman. Then I would never have met this gentleman in prison.
Gentleman?
Very big noise, Warner. He'll get at least 5 years. And he knows everything in Mombasa. He knows all about the dhows and the ivory.
Are you still tight?
He tells me many things. He says there's a dhow loading ivory now, here in the harbor.
Where? What dhow?
I'll show it to you. Come, Warner.
Well, you'd better be right.
Yeah, Warner, that's ghee they are loading.
Ghee? That rancid butter stuff?
Indio, Warner. Them Indians, they love it. In some of them parts, there's ivory. In big chunks like this. The gentleman at Fort Jesus, he tell me.
But how does he know?
He have packet.
Do you expect me to believe the word of some old crook doing a 5-year stretch?
Oh, yeah, Warner. He no lie to me. He's a relation of my third wife.
Okay, then. I'll go and see the customers about it.
Indio.
Now, wait a minute. You've only got 2 wives.
I'm mighty hard this week, Buana.
You old reprobate, you.
My dear fellow, we can't go busting open thousands of pots of stale fat on the word of some old sweat from the fort. What, in this heat? Stink the place out.
If it led to a conviction, it might be worth the stink.
The trouble is that cargo's already been through bond. We'd have to get a special authority to touch it again.
Well, suppose by some chance I fixed another look-see.
Yeah. And if you looked and didn't see? Crown could be sued for demurrage and barratry and trespass and I don't know what. Now, my dear chap, I'd watch my step, have you?
Congreve, you're pretty confident about that pal of yours, aren't you?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm confident in him.
Right. Do you think you'll get a job of work loading that down?
I suppose so, Buana.
Well, what's wrong? Going cold on the story?
No. He tell the gospel truth, Buana.
Okay, that's settled then. By the way, what's your gentleman friend inside for?
Perjury, Buana.
Perjury? Now we've got him.
You are Ephraim Kitar, and you live at house 1187 Majengo.
That is so, sir.
And you are an employee in the Mombasa office of Ramaddin Kopra of Goa.
Yes, sir.
And yet you still seriously try to tell me that you are the owner of this ghee.
Well,
My client is not claiming that he is the owner, only that he is responsible for this consignment and for any ivory contained in it.
I'm addressing Kitar.
And I am representing him.
You are merely a clerk employed by the owners. This is pure evasion. The owners are responsible for this consignment and for the smuggled ivory.
I'm afraid I must interrupt again, Mr. Wood. With due respect, that is not so. I repeat, my client is fully responsible. Here is a power of attorney from Mr. Ramaddin Kopra of Goa, authorizing my client to purchase and dispatch from Mombasa by sea 500 tons of ghee. Would you care to examine it, Mr. Wood? Exhibit number 1.
We've heard all this before, again and again. I suppose now you're going to swear that your friend Mr. Ramaddin Kopra knows nothing about the ivory.
He know nothing, Captain, sir. He sacked me for this.
Mr. Kopra is in Goa. The concealment of the ivory was most irresponsibly carried out by my client in his employer's absence and without his knowledge.
We know you're an unmitigated liar.
Mr. Wood, on behalf of my client, I must protest most strongly. That is not the Queen's legal language.
We know your noble feelings. We accept your protest. Ephraim Kitar, you will be taken into custody and charged with attempting to conceal from Her Majesty's Customs and Excise 3,065 pieces of tusk, valued at 7,021 pounds.
We went after later.
Yes, please, sir. Thank you, Captain, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
May I raise the question of bail, Mr. Commissioner?
You may. We'll oppose it, of course. The same old story.
Everyone protecting the men at the top.
Do you mean to say he wants to go to jail?
Wants to. You can't keep him out of it. He'll be paid 1,000 shillings a month while he's inside. He'll love it. His family, about 25 of them, be kept like fighting cocks. It's his living.
But surely this Ramaddin Kopra, or whatever his name is, he won't get away with it.
We can't even seize the dough, Mrs. Peyton. The consignment was properly bonded. All we get is the ivory.
But what about the others, the real owners?
No evidence. You've already seen the power of attorney. It's legally foolproof. Morning.
This racket's organized like a military operation. The whole thing is so cluttered up with stooges and middlemen and shyster lawyers, we never get a smell of the principals. They're too clever for us. They fool us every time.
I'm sorry, Yushinga. I thought it was going to be plain sailing. I don't have to tell you how disappointed I feel.
The white man's justice is a strange thing, Bwana. It seems to be very kind towards evil men.
It was one of those legal things that...
And when the law comes to punish my foolish young men for ivory hunting, will that be one of those legal things, too?
But...
It'll be pinned on them yet, Yushingo. Sooner or later, we're bound.
Then perhaps it will be too late.
Come on, Bob. What you need is a drink.
Bado, can I have a word with you? Certainly, Mr. Peyton. Do you wish professional advice? I'm not sure the advice wouldn't come better from me. In that case, perhaps it should be in private. I keep an office here. Would you care to come in? Mrs. Peyton, Mr. Peyton, please, sit down. You know, Mr. Peyton, it has been my experience in my profession that one has to pay for advice. You get this from me for nothing. I suppose I should congratulate you. You threw up a pretty good smokescreen around your principles, putting up that cheap stooge to...
Not cheap, Mr. Peyton. Oh, no. Most expensive. I'm told he costs a great deal.
Don't you understand what all this is doing to innocent African tribes?
Perhaps I do, perhaps I do not. But, Mrs. Peyton, don't you think you are being a little, to put it delicately, starry-eyed about these so-called innocent tribes? Oh, come, Mrs. Peyton, we must be realists. The world cannot wait for civilization to catch up with the primitive black men.
For one thing, this ivory business is destroying a fine pastoral people, the Galanas, turning them into slum savages.
But, Mrs. Peyton, in Africa, that is what the black man is doomed to be, a slum savage. Oh, it is regrettable, but inevitable. Perhaps you conveniently forget your industrial revolution and what it did to your people. Africa, Mr. Peyton, is having its own industrial revolution. And no sentimental heartburning is going to stop it.
But you, speaking as an African...
I am not an African. A Phoenician, perhaps. A Persian, even. But not an African.
I'm proud to call myself an East African.
It is easy for a conqueror to be magnanimous. You are not an African, Mr. Peyton. What are your inmost thoughts at this moment? Because I talk to you as man to man. Aren't they? I'd like to smack this little wog on the kisser. Or something like that. I am a barrister at law, Mr. Peyton, a graduate of the Sorbonne. But out here, my home, I am a wog, a munt, a nigger even. And you ask me to sympathize with you in perpetuating that? I'm all for a change, Mr. Peyton. And if because of it the picturesque Galanas disappear, it's just too bad. That is the right expression, isn't it? But please forgive me. You must have so many missionary activities to occupy you. I must not detain you any longer.
Now, look here.
In this cynical world, it is indeed charming to meet an idealist. Best of luck to you, Mrs. Peyton. Mr. Peyton, may you cure the growing pains of Africa.
Sure. That didn't go according to plan. See a flea in my ear.
He's the most hateful man I've ever met. Bob, you must go on with this and put him in prison.
Well, wait a minute, darling. He's a well-known lawyer, and anyway you
I
said
don't
that...
care what I said. I've changed my mind. He's so obviously a crook.
I dare say he is, but I don't see what I can do about it.
Neither do I, but you've got to do something. Horrible man.
Tim, Mary, hurry up, both of you. It's time we left.
Coming. Now, don't overreach yourself, Skipper. Cheerio. See you next holidays. Now, remember, McConaughey, not too much starchy stuff.
I know what to feed them, Tim. Food.
I think I'll wander over and see Yushingo this morning. I'm a bit worried about the old chap.
It's really got you down, hasn't it? I'm like you. I simply can't get that smooth-talking lawyer out of my mind.
Yes, it hurt a bit. Some of it stuck. We're just standing by watching the Galanas go to pot. I feel so helpless. I just don't know what the answer is.
Doesn't sound like you talking. Bob, look. He's been at it since 6 o'clock this morning. And he'll do it in the end.
Well, off you go. I'll come and see you at half term. Keep your nose clean and all that, and don't do anything your old man wouldn't do.
All right. Bye, Dad.
See you tonight.
Good luck, chum. Yushinka, how long are you going to let things slide like this? You're the chief. You've got responsibilities. You can't just shove all of it on us.
I am ashamed, Buana.
Well, you've got to pull yourself out of it.
My people have tasted the money of evil men. If I press down upon them, they will defy me. I am sorry, Buana. It is too late.
It's not too late. You've got to help yourselves.
Do you think it is easy for the black man to help himself when he is told where to live and where not to live? What to think and what not to think?
But I'm not speaking as a government man, Yushinka. I'm speaking simply and solely as your friend, and you know it.
What you want here, government man? We not want you. Go home.
Toka hapa pumbavu wewe. Kwenda, kwenda.
Umechokoza mgeni wangu. Forgive me, Buana. This is what we have come to. To break the laws of hospitality of the tribe. To insult the one who has done so much for them. Buana, what can I do? Tell me and I will do it.
When are your young men going ivory poaching again?
Tonight, Buana. See, I tell you the truth.
Then you and I are going hunting too. I want to see where the ivory is delivered, who's collecting it, and where it's going to.
Wewe, kwa nini uende pole pole?
Makosa.
Andani haraka haraka.
Haya.
Haya, nenda tena, labda tutapata faida mara hii.
Ule twanyita njogu nene, na migongo minene ni kuma besha nyingi.
Mimi!
Wazuri.
Karibuni, karibuni. Karibu.
Iko wapi pembe?
Ziko hapa, hebu ni John kuonyesha. Sikiza uzito wake, angalia vile ilivyo. Hii sasa nafikiri nitapata bei mkubwa sana kwako sasa.
Yushinga, my gun! Quick, Yushinga!
Shari gani wewe? Nakabila gani wapi? Napenda uza. Wewe wacha maneno yako ya kukuza kuuza. Ujeni,
sisi tutaua wale watu.
Chuka ipembe pesa sana kabisa.
Rest, Bwana. At night we can do nothing.
Rest? What do you mean? They'll have heard the shot.
And frightened men are dangerous. Rest, Bwana. Bwana! Galana, spare Bwana. They were foolish young men, but I have not been as a father to them. Now, I shall never rest till I have avenged their blood.
This way.
Are you sure you're telling me the truth? All I want to know is if Buana Peyton was here. Why won't you speak to me? If my husband was here, why are you afraid to tell me? Ambrose, where's your father?
He's gone walking somewhere, ma'am, sir.
Bethlehem, do you know? Where's the chief?
They're lying, ma'am, sir.
They're frightened of something. Oh, why do we bother with them? Whatever's the matter with him? Shari gani, mtoto.
Amekula ndizi 15, mamsap.
What? 15 bananas? Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. He'll be all right now.
Asante sana, mamsap. Asante sana. Sasa naona nitamwambia mamsap habari ya
Nyamaza kabisa. Ma'am, sir, this woman says that she would like to tell you something about Buana Peyton. But first, you must promise not to punish the young man.
But of course.
Watu wamekwenda kuwinda. Bwana na Oshingo wamewafuatia, lakini wako katika hatari.
She says that some of the young men went off last night to poach ivory. Buana and the chief are following them. These young men are angry, and they will kill if they are caught.
My husband and your father are in danger. And you knew it. Get him, Makwangwe. We'll get no help here. The only thing to do is to go to the police.
Mamsap,
They hear you say the police, ma'am, sir. You promised.
You know where the men have gone hunting, don't you? Well, I want you to show me. At once.
You do as ma'am sir say, I'll kill you. I'll kill you with my 2 hands. Now, do you hear me? Come along. How will you do it?
All right, ma'am, sir. We show you.
Too many people have passed this way, Buana. I think we have lost the trail.
Yes, I'm afraid so. The only thing to do is to follow these tracks. What's going on?
The big fishing festival, Buana. They hold it once a year. This chief is my friend, Buana. He says his men have seen a dhow not far from here, at the mouth of the river. He will lend us a canoe.
Fine. Send us on him, Mazay.
Kwaheri.
Memsab, stop!
It's the Buonas.
Mansa! Blood.
Do you think it's...
Buona is a very hard man to kill.
Ambrose, what is it? What is it?
Memsab, Ushingo and Buona Peyton have gone this way.
You sure?
Indio, Memsab. I think Buona Peyton is hurt a bit.
We'd better go.
Those are the blokes you've got to watch.
India, Buona.
Watch out, he looks Carly. Make for the middle.
Down here by the river, Memsab.
All right.
Easier track that way.
Oh, it's hopeless, isn't it? Just going on and on. We'd better go back.
We are sorry, Memsab. It is bad when a woman loses her man.
Heaven help the Galanas now. Because I won't.
Listen, Eugenia. Come on.
Stop! Stop, Memsa! Look!
Bob! Bob! I must say, it's healing amazingly. There's an Indian doctor at Garsen, and the DC can radio Khalifi.
And the birds have flown. Do you realize the dye's only about 10 miles from here?
Bob, are you mad? You've seen what these men did. It's murder now, and you want to walk into...
But, Mary, if we go through all this official rigmarole...
It's not rigmarole. It's murder now, and I'm going to make sure that it's not yours.
You are right, Memsab. The Bwana has done everything a friend can do. I must go on alone.
Oh, don't be ridiculous too, Yoshingo. This is a job for the Mombasa police.
It was also a job for the Mombasa police when the clever lawyer made a mock of them. I saw the bodies of my young men, Memsab. I and my sons must go on.
I suppose you think that's all very fine and noble. Oh, you men.
Sisi iko ndani ya hatari sana. Huyu mzungu Peten, mshaona sisi. Tuondoke hapa upesi sana.
You imbecile! Don't you see you have led him straight here to me? Get all the ivory aboard, quickly. Yote, qua upesi, upesi, upesi. Haraka, haraka, haraka! Lete watu napeleka pembe, jazini, haraka! Hapana huko, huko!
Vile vile, angalia huko.
Harakisha masiwani. Zilete ziko pembe tunabakia huko. Pia zilete basi. Tutakamatwa kama tukichelewa hapa.
يلا اربط الحلق. Una buona peta vale. Lete pepe, lete pepe. Buona peta nyukoyo moyeto. Pandisha tanga tuandoke. Kile moto haraka, haraka, haraka.
They've got the wind up anyway. Nipi Vanga.
We must hurry, Memsab. We shall lose them.
We can't take her down there. We'll turn over. Yoshingo! Bob! Bob!
Yoshingo, come back! Come back! Yoshingo, don't be a fool!
انقل ولا فوق يا هوري. أنا كابتن لا تخاف أبدا مرزوقي مش عادل سيدك.
Murderers! Murderers! Send back my men! Send back my men! Murderers! Murderers! Send back my
No, Bob, don't go.
Dedicated to Wagi Kishwani.
I am finished, Mem Sab. My strength is gone.
We've lost them. They've beaten us, lost them. I'm sorry, Ushinga.
It's not too late, Bwana. Look, the river curled back like this. Round here, wind and tide no good. A big reef at the mouth of the creek. Thou stay tonight.
You mean we can cut her off if we can get across there?
Yes, Bwana.
But it's a horrible mangrove swamp, and it'll be getting dark soon. You'll never get across.
I'm not so sure.
Lazima mfuate amri ya baba vile amesema. Umeona amelala chini. Umesikia?
Well, darling.
Oh, Bob, what's the use? We always seem to get out of step over this business, don't we? Please, please take care. I couldn't bear to lose you.
Bwana, Memsab anakufa.
Delco and Bela, don't let them hang back.
Pacey, Pacey. Very stinking place, Bwana.
You can say that again.
Kwenda.
Remember. Come on.
Ungalea, unji.
Twendeni. Mwenye nyumba mka.
Jambo.
Habari. Nzuri. Tunatafuta jahazi. Unaweza kutusaidia?
Bahati nzuri tumemwona mvuvi.
Bwana. We have done it. The Dar has not passed yet. This fisherman has seen it lying in the creek way over there.
Tell him what the Dar did to your father, the chief Ushinga. Tell him we need men and canoes and hurry.
Baba amekufa na tutaka watu na kutumbi tunakwenda kutusaidia na upesi sana.
Get them away from me, Mr. Payton. Where are you? Help! Mr. Payton!
You must save me from these savages. Why should I? I don't remember you trying to save them. I will pay you anything you ask. You were right. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Time up. Throw them in the hold. Jambo wazee.
Jambo bwana. Mungu akubariki.
Na mimi pia. We are very thankful to you, Bwana.
Look after them, Bethlehem. It's your job now as much as ours.
You see how they run, Bwana? We are always in a great hurry. But I think we must learn to walk before we can run. I want to say this thing. This is a big country and a young country. I think there is room for all of us to grow up and live in peace.
I think so too.
Kwaheri, Bwana. Kwaheri, Mamsap.
Kwaheri.
Kwaheri. Good luck, Bethlehem.
Twende kwa wale wenzetu.
You really think they'll be all right, Bob?
I don't know, Mary. I think so. Bethlehem's right. There are only two things we need.
What then?
Patience and tolerance.